Hey guys, what's up? My name is Daniel and today I'm gonna show you my top 4 Crystal Beast deck. A lot of people ask me to talk about it, so I decided to make a video and show you how this deck works because it's a little unusual. And as some other variants that I post here on my channel, this build is one that I made by myself, so it's not overdrive turbo and it's not conclave control. Although it's kinda based on the control version that Nash created, since I run the 8 beast ratio and I have no way to summon Rainbow Dragon. I think it's relevant to say that even if it really doesn't look that way, Crystal Beast got hit in the last ban list. The Mathmech build is now dead, and also is the Fire Warrior endgame, which was very interesting for this deck. And without Circular and Dissolved, we lost both of those variants, which were among the best ones that you could use if you're going to mix Crystal Beast with some other archetype. And in my experience, those variants that I just mentioned were strong picks because they had plays that had one thing in common, being that one of the strongest features of a Crystal Beast deck, rank 4s. With one Pegasus alone you have rank 4, and with that you could make like King Dempsey to access his ult and make full combo with the Fire Warrior engine, or make Alan Burton in Mathmech and proceed with the Mathmech full combo. And there are other examples as well, like the Radar Raptor build or even the Springans variant, which can make an insanely strong final board with just one Pegasus. I'm personally not a fan of this last one because it uses too many bricks, more than we already have to run. But the point here is to show that Crystal Beast can take advantage of engines that function with rank 4 play. Now, Centurions are not a rank 4 deck, right? But there's a card here that indeed is a rank 4, and with it, everything starts to make sense. And this is Infernal Flame Banshee. This card can search any pyro monster from your deck or send it to the graveyard, which is kinda relevant if you look to my side deck. And Centurion Trudea is a pyro. And if you're not familiar with the Centurion cards, pretty much all of them are 1 or 1.5 card combos. And it's not any combo, but kind of an FTK, since the final board here is King Calamity. And differently from almost all the other endgames that we usually use with Crystal Beasts, the Centurion cards are not bricks that you need to search and don't want to draw. Instead, they are indeed searchable, which is great, but if you do open with them, they are one card combos by themselves. It's not like drawing Sigma or Equation in a Mathmech variant, or drawing the Springen cards in that build. It's way better. And also the Centurion cards are pretty much immune to Nibiru and especially Draw and Lockbird, a card that usually kills us, and it's very popular right now. So having an engine in your deck that's kinda immune to those hand traps, and especially Draw, which is arguably the strongest hand trap against Crystal Beast, it's very strong. So you have here a very small engine that have synergy and is accessible by rank 4s, and can also play around Draw, Nib and some other stuff, and are one card combos by themselves, not breaking when you draw them. Just that already sounds pretty cool, but it goes way beyond that. Beside rank 4s, Crystal Beasts have another very strong feature, which is field spells. Since the release of Rainbow Bridge of Salvation, we see a lot of field spells in Crystal Beast. Necro Valley, Zombie World, Secret Village, Mystic Mine when it was legal. Even Kashtira became a thing since field is searchable by a field spell right now. So some decks have strong field spells and that may give them synergy with Crystal Beast. And in the Centurion case, we have a great field spell. Not only the field is another one card combo for the deck, but it also has an effect to discard a card, and that can be useful to get Salvation out of your hand. It's good to notice here that Salvation is even better in this deck because if you use it, you can search the field spell plus a Crystal Beast card, which can be a free discard for the field effect that you can revive later with Golden Rule. So in this variant you usually search Ruby, and then you can discard Ruby with the Centur-Ion field spell, and then revive Ruby later with Golden Roll to extend your plays. And like I said, a very small endgame that is accessible by rank 4, but also have a field spell that is a 1-card combo. So this takes advantage of both the strongest features of a Crystal Beast deck at the same time. That's really good here. Well, Centurions are not an XYZ deck by any means, but they are indeed level 4s, most of them. And the field spell can give you a free level 4 special summon that can be used for synchro for sure, but it can also be used for XYZ summons or even link plays. So you can make Baguska or Zeus or IP or SP and other stuff. And speaking of IP and SP, by using the Crystal Beast cards in this deck, you have the monster spam that our archetype provides. So you can make the Calamity play with the Centur-Ion cards, plus some link plays using the Crystal Beast cards. You can make IP, SP, or even Appaloosa. And that's also very cool here because the Centur-Ion Synchro monster, Centur-Ion Legatia, it has an effect to protect all monsters that have 2000 or less attack from being destroyed by battle. So your opponent can't force your IP or even your SP in battle. Also, when you have an Appaloosa with 1600 attack, it can't be destroyed by battle as well, so they can't force the battle phase to get rid of it. It's really cool here. I mentioned the fact that Centur is a very small engine because it is indeed relevant. That gave me more space for hand traps. I believe Crystal Beasts in general tend to work better with cards that are board breakers, like droplets or super polymerization and that kind of stuff. I believe I was the one that introduced this concept over a year ago. But in this meta, we can look at it from a general perspective. We have to analyze how the currently meta is being played, and in my opinion, you need hand traps right now. This build allowed me to use 12 hand trap, which is kinda an okay number, plus 3 Fenrir, plus 3 Foolish Goods, which can be more copies of Fenrir. That gave me 18 main deck cards for going second, beside the Crystal Beast engine itself, which is already pretty great for going second, because we have the Hard Bounce, we have Zeus, and we have that kind of stuff. And in fact, if you check the Crystal Beast gameplays and replays on YouTube, note that on those videos, almost every single time, a going second win usually comes with a hand that has a non-searchable, high impactful card like Super Poly or Droplet or even Match, and a lot of endgame to play. So without strong cards, strong going second cards like those, most of the times you have no way to play true meta boards. So as I said, board breakers tend to work better in a deck like Crystal Beast in general, and I get why people are using that right now. But the current meta is kinda odd because it's very open, and impactful cards that are good against some decks are useless against some others. And there are combos right now that you just can't let happen, or you will lose the game even if you have a strong high impactful going second card. I understand the utility that board breakers have, but I would still recommend hand traps right now, as much as you can use and adapt them to the tournament that you're going into. Again, it will depend on your meta call, but hand traps overall perform better in my opinion. In the past I talked about why in this specific deck it makes sense to use 48 cards. There's a lot of math behind it that I will not get into again because it would make this video way too long, but trust me, 48 is the sweet spot, but you can try to use less and it may be better, but in order to do so you have to make the math of your build all over again. And when you do so, be careful with the number of starters that you're gonna have, the going second cards, the odds of seeing the bricks or not seeing the bricks, and the chances of seeing the 2 card combinations that you wanna see. About the deck itself, you have 9 1-card combos here, which is kinda okay, and tons of 2-card combos combinations. Any 2 level 4s that don't use your normal summon, or 2 level 4s using your extra normal summon, is full combo, or any of the Centur-Ion cards alone. That means that any access to Pegasus, which is a rank 4 by itself, plus Heart, which gives you the normal summon, is a full combo. And almost any Crystal Beast plus Golden Rule is full combo, because you special level 4 one, and then you put Zenith in your Spell and Trap zone and make a special summon from the deck, so you have a 2 level 4 in board without your normal summon. Even Ember Mammoth plus Golden Rule works. And speaking of Mammoth, it's here because you need different names. He's a level 4, but most importantly, he has a higher attack than SP Little Knight, so you can force it into battle. And he's way too cool, like the best one. I chose Valor over Impermanence because there's a scenario where I could use the Minib plus a normal summon of Valor to make a level 12 synchro, but it should be Impermanence, I don't know, because Impermanence play around the triple static cards, not really sure on that, but all the hand traps can be adapted to the tournament that you're going into. You can change them if you want. Lugar is here because with it a single Pegasus can make SP using an extra deck monster to banish a card. It also can revive Legacha if my opponent gets rid of it, and Legacha will draw a card and destroy a monster again. Blazar is an alternative to Calamities for matches like Labyrinth, and you can also summon Calamity and Blazar in your full combo. Calamity will be summoned in your opponent's turn, Blazar will be summoned in yours. I use only one Crystal Bond, which is kinda strange. I always defend that you should use 3 of this card at all times, because this card is so good for Crystal Beast, but in this particular variant, it's kind of strange because our focus here is to summon the Centur-Ion cards, and one of the easiest ways to do that is to use Golden Rule, especially if you can use it alongside of Ruby, and it takes a lot of names out of your deck very quickly. So the second and third bonds are dead here very often than in any other builds. So I decided to take it off, but it feels kind of strange, and it is what it is, right? The side deck, I have Scatter Shot. For time, I thought that it was better to use a side deck card instead of an extra deck card like Cowboy. I prefer to use the space here. 2 Pankra and Geno Rester Field Spell, which is kind of good because it's a Foolish Good target, but it also a Rainbow Bridge of Salvation target. You can search it to your hand, then discard with the Centur-Ion Field Spell or some kind of stuff like that. Discard with the Garis and still get the value of this card, which is kind of cool. I respect Labyrinth because it's one of the hardest with 3 Cosmic plus the Arp Feather Duster plus the Evenly Match. Evenly Match can be used in a lot of other matchups, but Labyrinth's kind of very hard match for us. And also Cosmic Cyclone is very good in this format, in my opinion. It can be used against Centurions, for example. You can Cosmic their Field Spell and they're kind of lose the ability to synchro on your turn. The Bell is for the matchups like Labyrinth. Like I said, I respect that match a lot. And I feel that in the extra deck, the only flex spot that you have is the Tornado Dragon. It's not really important here. You can use like wherever you want. I just use it if I open Salvation or to respect even more Labyrinth, and it's a good generic rank 4, but in the space you can use wherever you want. It's like the flex spot of the deck, but the other cards here, I feel that they are all needed, and a lot of them are combo pieces. So I think that's the deck. If you have any doubt, feel free to comment below and ask your questions. Consider subscribe here on the channel. I'm always putting Crystal Beast videos here. And that's it. See you guys later. Thank you.